Hello, people. Good afternoon to you all. Welcome to another edition of Marsego Empire. Today, we're going to have a very interesting discussion concerning the payment of tuition fee in Canada and what are the various opportunities that are available for us to use to be able to pay our tuition fees. So that is what we're going to have the discussion on. Call a friend to also call another friend because the time is up. All right, we are ready to go. Now, we all know that to relocate from Africa to any of the developed countries in the world is really difficult. It's actually one of the challenging things that anybody can actually do because, our system makes it so difficult for people to get money. And another difficult task is that the exchange rate doesn't really support that. And this is reality. It's not something that I'm hallucinating about. So it's difficult. Now, we all know that if you are somebody who is going to the US, you are somebody who is coming to Canada to study, you are actually going to work whilst you are studying. And in Canada, for all those who are already in Canada studying, now they can work full-time until April 2024, where the Minister of Immigration is actually going to make a new pronouncement on the way forward. You see that? Now, so let's assume that you are somebody who will be coming 2024. It simply means that you can't work more than 20 hours. You see? Now, is it possible for somebody to work and pay his or her full tuition fee? That is actually going to be a difficult task. It's difficult because the payment of tuition fee for colleges as well as the universities, the minimum tuition fee per a semester is actually 10,000 Canadian dollars. That's the minimum you can get. 10,000 Canadian dollars. The minimum tuition fee for university or for a college per a semester. Now, this is somebody who will be paying his or her rent. This is somebody who will be buying food, your T&T, perhaps your health and everything. It's going to be a difficult task. It's going to be something very, very challenging. And I know those of you who also like to come, you have your family back at home. And you know the perception in Africa. Once you're out of Africa, everybody thinks that, monies are actually on trees that you can just come and pluck here. You see, even though the system is designed in such a way to give opportunity to people, you actually need to sweat to make the money. You see that? Now, we can't also say that it's difficult, so people shouldn't come. People should be able to do a lot of savings to be able to pay their tuition fee before they come. No, that cannot be possible because time waits for no man. We are aging. We need to plan. We need to at least also have some form of freedom. We also need to have a feel of life. We also need to prepare for our kids. Our kids must actually have a brighter future. You see? Now, we are also of the view that, we have a first class, we have second class upper, based on our undergraduate studies, based on our bachelor's. So I want to apply to a university that can grant me a scholarship. That is possible. But the reality is that it is not everybody who will get a scholarship. And even though people may get a scholarship, it doesn't mean that you're actually going to get a full scholarship, a full funding, or you get a partial funding. You may get a first class, but you may be shocked that you will not get a scholarship. You may be admitted to pursue your master's program, but you may not get a scholarship. So if it happens that you've been admitted and you have not gotten a scholarship, what will happen? This is what we want to discuss today. We want to see the various options, the various alternatives that are available for us to use to study, build our life, and have a brighter future. Now, one beautiful thing about Canada as well as US, what I'm going to talk about actually works for those who want to go to US as well as Canada. Those who want to study in Canada, maybe during the undergraduate and graduate or postgraduate studies, they have opportunity to be able to apply for educational loan. These educational loans actually helps them to pay their tuition fee. They help you pay your tuition fee. Once these educational loans are approved, you're actually going to get the opportunity. They're going to help you pay your tuition fee from the beginning to the end of your program. Now, this educational loan company actually has one, they have loans. Two, you can apply for grants. Three, you can apply for scholarships. So you apply for private educational loan, you apply for loan to pay your tuition fee. You can apply for what? Grant from them. You want, maybe you are somebody who wants to undergo some form of researches. You apply for grant from them, or you need a scholarship. You apply for scholarships. And these are the three categories of things. These are the three categories of areas that they can actually support you to be able to study in Canada. But today we are going to center our discussion on how to apply for the loan to be able to study. Today's discussion is centered on the loan because the loans are actually the easiest and the fastest way they can help you. Now, let's talk about some of the eligibility criteria that you must meet to be able to qualify for the loan. The first thing is that first you need to apply to your school and get acceptance. So you need to get your acceptance letter. That is the first one. Even though there are options that you may not even have an acceptance letter you can apply, I'm giving you concrete ways to ensure that once you apply, you have about 19% chances of getting funding. You see? So first, make sure you get an acceptance letter from a school. That is number one. Number two, the duration of your program should be between 1 to 2 years. So if the duration of your program goes beyond 2 years, this company will not be able to help you. So how can you do that? For all those who are coming to study for their master's program are between 1.5 years and 2 years. It's only some few master's program that goes beyond 2 to 2.5 years. Certain master's programs are actually 2.5 years. That is number one. So about 99% applicants who apply to come and study for master's here, you have a higher chance of being approved for this loan. Number two, for all those who will be coming to study for the undergraduate programs, you are somebody who completed your WASI in Ghana and you've been admitted to study for a 4-year program. What you can do is that you need to start your studies. When you are done with level 200 and you are going to level 300, then you can actually apply for this loan. They approve for you because once you've completed your level 200, it means you are left with 2 years to complete your program. Because undergraduate programs or bachelor's programs are actually 4 years here. Then it means that you have 2 years to complete your program. They can help you. Now, the good thing about those who have done their 2 years degree programs in Ghana, especially those who have done those distance programs, you have completed your sandwich programs or distance program for 2 years in Ghana. And as we have had a discussion last time, we said these people cannot actually apply for masters. So what you can do is that when you apply for another undergraduate program and you have been given a course exemption, you'll be given a course waiver, which simply means that instead of studying for 4 years, you can study for 2 years. Now, once you've been granted the opportunity to study for these 2-year programs, it means that You can use your course exemption document and your acceptance letter to apply for this loan, because you are coming to study for 2 years or you are coming to study for 1 year. Once the loan is approved, you are good to go. You see that? Now, previously, these loan companies were a bit flexible. They even pay you more than your tuition fee. For example, people who are coming to study for the undergraduate or graduate programs, the minimum tuition fee for master's programs are actually 20,000 Canadian dollars. That is the minimum you can get for master's program, 20,000 Canadian dollars. And those who are coming to study the undergraduate program, is a minimum of 32,000 Canadian dollars. So they'll pay these $32,000. They are not going to give a check to you they are not going to give you a check to deposit this money into your account. No. What they'll be doing is that they will send the money directly to your school. So, for example, you are somebody who will be starting your program in winter, that is January. Once you have enrolled to your program and your tuition fee is maybe 10,000 or 13,000, this company will send a check to your school to pay the money on your behalf. That is what they do now. Sorry, but previously, what they were doing is that they can actually pay your tuition fee. They will even pay your living expenses, your accommodation, and all those things. You will tell them how much they should send to your school. So if during winter you want them to send 25,000, they will send the 25,000. But they've changed that dynamics. So you enroll, then you send your enrollment document to them. You send your enrollment form. The enrollment forms actually has the various subjects you have enrolling, and with the cost for each subject as well as the total cost. Once you send that to them, within 2 weeks, they'll send a check to your school. That is what they do now. Now, this loan facility does not cover all schools in Canada as well as all schools in the US. They cover certain schools, only certain schools, and they cover only certain schools. So if you are applying, you need to also check the loan company, or you need to check from the loan company to be sure that, oh, this loan facility actually covers the school that I'm going to apply to. This loan company does not cover most colleges in Canada. The colleges they cover, I think they are even less than 10 or so. But they cover most universities. They cover a lot. And most of these universities that we've been speaking about, actually the loan companies cover them. So that is that. Now let's talk about another thing. When you start with the application, they are going to ask you certain basic questions. Your name, your date of birth, the time you will be enrolling in the program, the date you are going to graduate, your graduation date, and all those things. They will ask of those petty things. Then they'll be asking of the amount of money you need to be able to complete your program. They will ask. Then finally, they'll be asking, how much money do you have? How much money have you been able to save? So you should be able to mention it. B1, if you do not have any savings, don't say you don't have. If you have, say you have, because they'll be asking you to send your bank statement to them, proving the amount of money you have in your account. So if you do not have any money, say you don't have any money. Then another thing is that they will also be asking, they'll be asking you to send your bank statement confirming the name that you have used for the registration, if indeed you have claimed that you have some form of savings in your account that you intend to use for your studies. You see that? So you must be very careful about the kinds of information that you provide to them, so that they won't see you to be somebody who is trying to mislead them. That is true. They'll also be asking of information concerning your previous employment. So you are somebody who had worked with Ghana Education Service, Ministry of Health. They'll be asking you to show proof, number of years you have worked, and if there is any document you can prove. So you are somebody who works in any public sector institutions, you can actually upload a copy of your appointment letter, a copy of any document appointing you to a positions in the Ghana Education Service that will confirm that indeed you have actually worked with this particular institution. So these are basic things you need to do. Now, if you are somebody who is watching and you are in Canada, one good thing is that if already you have your study permit or you have your visa, during the application process, you can upload your study permit on the portal to really indicate to them that, oh, already I've been granted a study permit or I've been granted visa, and this is the copy of the visa. You see that? Or if you are in Ghana and you are yet to come, you need to prove that you have not had your study permit yet. And you only need to upload your passport, you upload your acceptance letter, and you are good to go. The name of this loan company is called Empower Financing. If anybody is watching, please write it in the comment section for me. Empower Financing. So write Empower, that is M in man, then POWER. Empower Financing. Write that in the comment section for me. Empower Financing. Is somebody writing that? I want to see that before we actually continue. Let me see. Who is writing that in the comment section for me? Is somebody writing the Empower Financing for me? Okay, somebody should write it in the comment section. Maybe after this, I'll write it and drop the link to the, maybe after this, I'll even post the link on the portal. I'll post it both on the YouTube channel and I'll post it on the Facebook page as well. Now, let's talk about some of the conditions of the loan. When your loan is approved, you will be paying interest on the loan. You'll be paying interest on the loan. The interest on the loan is actually about 12% per annum. You'll be paying 12%. That is the interest you'll be paying on the loan. How is the interest going to be paid? For example, if the loan company approves, maybe if they have approved, what is this? Oh, guys.